Damn good time. It's a damn good time. It's a damn good time. Ooh, it's a goddamn good time. Damn good time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I'm Steve Schaefer.
I'm Cody Epps.
And this is a Damn Good Time podcast.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hit him with it.
Hit them with it. We're in that fun week between.
I know.
That's the weird one.
Where did it go?
Yeah.
Where did it go?
Christmas is over. We're waiting on the New Year's, and I have every day off in between.
Whoop, whoop.
That's dangerous.
Danger. We in the danger zone.
All I do is eat like shit and drink too much.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. It's awesome, though. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say right now that I'm having a damn good time doing it.
Absolutely. Ugh.
It's one of those things, too, where it's like weirdly exhausting.
Yeah.
Because, and I know it's, oh, poor me, you know. I was able to take vacation days to take off between, we had Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, paid vacation. And then I took the rest. New Year's Eve isn't paid, but New Year's Day is paid. So I don't go back to work till the 2nd.
Yeah.
And it's like I even woke up today feeling weekend vibes.
Right.
Because I wasn't going to work. Like, no, it's only fucking Friday. Like, like this is nuts. And even Sarah's like, she's like, I need the kids to go back to school. I need you to go back to work so that everybody's gone. I can just sit on the couch and watch TV in peace. I'm like, yeah, you know, sorry. You know, I'm sorry
about your luck.
She even like made a joke the other day. She's like, she's going to work. She's like, oh, well, you know, one of us has to work. And I'm like, yeah, one of us does, but you realize I'm getting paid to not work. So, you know, you take a vacation day, see how much money you get with your job. You get nothing. I'm getting paid to do this.
To do nothing.
To sit here and do this.
Yeah.
And she's like, I need to find like a real job. Not saying that like, you know, kitchen work and hospitality work isn't real jobs. There's just not not a lot of benefits involved.
They
in
ain't get the
those.
benefits. No.
Yeah, you don't get paid days off.
No. No.
But I do. So, like, bitch, I'm getting paid to sit here. Shut up. It's double XP weekend on Call of Duty. I'm getting paid to do this
grinding.
right now. Yeah, yeah,
So I don't normally get to do this on a Thursday.
right. So if there's any chores that you want me to do, I'm not doing them till like 3:30 when I would have gotten home regularly. like from 6:30 to 3:30.
And even then, I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
So, you know,
right.
back off.
Yeah, I'll get it done one of these days. I got 6 more till I have to go back to work, so I'll figure it out.
You bust it out on one day.
Probably.
Watch me.
Yeah. And all
then more elaborate chores come. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, we need to paint this room and we need to do this and we need to scrub this down. It's like, but I'm on vacation.
yeah, no, I don't think we have any of that to do. Biggest thing is just de-Christmasing things, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Just taking all that shit down. It's supposed to be 57 degrees tomorrow here in Ohio on a Saturday, so like that's when I'll do all the outside work, you know.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing it today, and then it started raining. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Gotta let it dry now.
Yeah. Now I gotta let it dry out.
Those inflatables, you know.
She's off Sunday. Maybe I'll start like, hey,
tag team.
we're both off together
Yeah.
today. Maybe we should do it now.
Right. Right.
No, I'll get off my ass tomorrow and do some shit. But for today,
Right.
it's and we hosted Christmas, and so like even when you host, it's like you have a day off, and it's not really a day off. You're working to cook the food, see the people. You know, not necessarily put on a show, but like make sure everybody's happy.
Right.
And then when you leave, you got to clean everything up. So it's like as many days as I've had off, some of them felt a little bit like work, you know, because you got to do some shit.
Yeah, getting stuff ready, getting the house clean.
Yeah.
Doing different things here and there. I mean, traveling around a little bit for me was like, you know, up in Michigan, and then
Oh,
back,
yeah.
and then like, all right, we just got that done, and then there's comes the weekend, and then okay, next week's Christmas, so we gotta start cleaning up, getting
Yeah,
ready
and
for
your
that,
kid-
and
your-
setting up. And,
Your kids are still young enough too, where it's not like, hey, go pack your bag. We're
Right.
going. So you got to pack the bag. You got to get them ready. They're still
Right.
they're still young, so they probably hate riding in a car for too long. You know, like
they're pretty good about it, which is weird, but
that's good though.
but we're probably starting them on tablets at a very young age, where most people are like, iPad kids. But you know what? If you're in a long car ride, just throw a tablet in their face and they enjoy it. Don't care.
Yeah,
Don't care about your opinion. They're not crying.
I don't get that. It'd be like when you're in the 50s and you teach your kid to read at a young age and like, oh, they're newspaper kids. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, they're back there reading books the whole time.
yeah. I mean, they made a whole fucking movie out of it about like it was the Cable Guy, where it's like, she just raised him in front of the TV his whole life. It's like, I mean, yeah, in that movie it wasn't good, but we were raised by TVs.
Yeah,
and I bet you back then they're like, don't, you shouldn't have your kids watching TV all day. It's bad for them or whatever. It's like, you just got to change with the fucking times, man.
Yep. Oh, we were glued in front of TVs, and then video games were just
Yeah.
The dawn of the video game age is pretty much from when I was 3 or 4 years old with Atari and
Yep.
Pong on TVs that I can remember, and then boom, Nintendo, and then boom, boom, boom. It's like I was raised on video games. Like,
Yeah.
hey, and guess what? Most video games have a good life lessons to them.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it might be a little more far stretched, but you know.
And they're actually good for you.
So you're defeating the bad guy.
And they're good for your brain and for your motor skills and
Yeah.
all this bullshit too. Like they're supposed to be good for cognitive function. And then it's one of those things too. Where like, well, back in my day, you had to get on your bike and ride over to your friend's house, and well, what are you riding over there to do? Fucking play video games, split screen. And then you guys cheated all the time because you could see what they were doing on the other fucking screen. Whereas now they can actually have a fair match because nobody knows what the fuck you're doing.
No, they
Because
just
my
do
kids, my kids will play video games all fucking day, but they're playing with their friends.
it. They can do it on their phones too.
Yeah.
They can play the same game on their phones. And a lot of those old games we used to play.
Yeah, I probably would have been less of a street hooligan if I could just sign on and play video games with my friends back in the day. You
I just blow shit up on here instead of blowing up mailboxes.
Yeah,
in real life.
exactly. Yeah. You didn't take baseball bats out to mailboxes, put M80s in mailboxes. I don't know why mailboxes was the main focus, but that was like kind of our thing. You know, maybe toilet paper some house, do the ding dong ditch shit.
Yeah.
You weren't terrorizing the neighborhood. Now you're just terrorizing the video game world. You know?
The video
Like,
game world.
you're just talking shit on Xbox Live. That's it.
I still see it even with like, you know, your kids and a lot of kids that age. It's like, yeah, you get them to that, but they get bored of that too, and they still
Yeah.
want to go outside and
Yeah.
knock a dead tree down. You know,
Yeah.
they still want to go outside and start a fire. They still want to do everything else too.
Yeah, we got a little set of woods up behind my house, and can we go play in the woods? Like, yeah, sure. Just, you know, don't scream too much, because one of my kids likes to just, like, say they knock over the dead tree thing, and the one kid will just be like, "Ah!" Like scream real loud, like, hey, we don't want the neighbors to think there's an emergency. But go up there and pick up sticks, smash them against trees, throw rocks, not at each other.
Fix your cheering noise.
Yeah, just
I'm dying.
yeah.
into
When you
a- Woohoo!
when you knock over the dead tree, be like, yes, you know, not like, you know, like that one sounds like you're in danger, you know, like
Right.
that'll attract the police, maybe, or maybe the neighbors will complain
Come
about
running.
that one. Yeah,
Come running.
just
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, they still get out. They still touch grass, you know.
But once in a while. Well, I think it's and, you know, the way technology is advancing. Obviously, the quantum realm
Oh, fuck.
computers that's going on, and the AI technology. You know, I think We touched a little bit of that last episode, but
Yeah.
obviously things are advancing pretty fast.
Very
so
fast.
I think we're going to see a whole new 20 years in the future, a lot of different crazy things happening. So, it's okay to have your kids in technology, I feel like.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Because what do you want? You want your kid to be 13 and get their first phone, iPad, screen then?
Yeah,
You know
and they're
what
going
I
to be
mean?
like, oh my God.
By then, they've already been made fun of enough.
Yeah.
That they're the fucking losers. And then they won't even know how to use it. 'Cause
Right.
They haven't grown up with the shit.
Yeah.
You know?
As long as you teach them the rest of the life skills, going out fishing, going out hunting, going out, well, not that we hunt really, but, going out, how to use a firearm or how to do some manual labor stuff, how to change a goddamn tire.
Yep.
I think that's the biggest one. Like, to me, if your kid doesn't know how to change a tire, then you're not, by the time they're 16 anyways.
Right.
I'm not saying your kids need to know how, but yours might.
Well, they do know how.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, if you've never shown your kid how to change a tire, or you can't change a tire yourself, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
There's other shit too, like maybe some plumbing around the house or electrical work that you shouldn't really involve your kids in, but they should help you. Even like now, whenever we're getting ready for the family to come over, it was like, go get the vacuum. They know how to use a vacuum cleaner and shit. So they still know practical stuff,
Right.
and some of that does translate through technology. It's like, well, if your Xbox doesn't turn on for some reason, you unplug it, plug it back again. So maybe the vacuum cleaner isn't unplug it and make sure the plug's good, or
Know a couple things about a couple.
or there's a sensor in there that's so it thinks it's clogged, so unclog it.
Yeah.
Like some of that is it turns into very common sense shit if they're born and raised with it.
Right.
It's like, my phone's. I've been trying to text my friend. I've been trying to call them. None of my calls are going through. We'll turn it off and turn it back on again. I'm like, I haven't tried that. And so then the next time you talk to them, like, I've turned it off and turned it back on again. Like, okay, maybe it needs an update.
Put it in airplane mode, took it off, I did all that.
Maybe it needs an update. Well, how do you find that? And like, pull down from the top bar, hit settings, go into system updates, and then by troubleshooting that shit, they learn just the basics on all of it, you know? So it is, and you don't want them to be completely masked or hidden from any of that stuff.
Yeah. It's tough nowadays. I mean, because we're on our phones all the time. To be honest. I mean, we're on our phones all the time. I do it for work. It's part of my job.
Yep.
So how can I be like, yeah, no, you don't get a piece of this.
Right.
Flashy lights.
Yeah. This thing that mom and dad are always attached to, talking to, typing through, touching. No, it's not good for kids. I read.
Let me take a picture of you.
I read it in a BuzzFeed article once that kids aren't allowed to. But smile.
It was a wild the other day, and I didn't realize this. I was at me and Steph were right next door to the neighbor's house, like, 50 feet away in the garage, hanging out. And we had the baby monitor there watching the kids. And, Jack likes to jump out of the crib. No.
Yeah. We got a jumper.
She went over there, but Charlotte was doing something really cute. So she put Jack back in the crib and went to take a picture of Charlotte doing something cute. And the camera picked up all the infrared lights. And it was like you can't see it with your normal eye, but it was a whole grid that shot out.
So the baby monitor camera
can pick up the infrared lights.
Because it was on night vision mode.
Night vision mode, yeah.
As soon as she pulled up the camera, it showed
this whole grid that went over Charlotte in the crib. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, Dad's wild.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, no wonder the dogs get freaked out, because they say dogs can see infrared light.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So every time I I used to pull a camera of my old dog, and she'd just run away immediately, like just scatter.
Just didn't like it.
I'm like, well, I think dogs can see infrared rays. I think I read that somewhere, but they're not 100% sure, but they're pretty sure they can.
Well, they're in tune to a whole bunch of other shit too.
Because they don't see on our color spectrum. They see on a different spectrum. I guess it's like a whole whatever. But so I was like, holy crap, this camera just caught that. I can't see that. But it was literally a grid of dots that went like and around her, like not a like it like traced her like perfectly, but it was just like that's a square grid where the picture takes the picture.
Right.
I was like, that's weird.
Well, because and especially with newer phones too, depending on what mode your camera's in, it'll change what picture it's taking.
Yeah.
So if it notices a face, it'll go in like portrait mode. But if it notices you're taking a picture at a mountain, it'll go into like a different a scene mode or something, you know? So that's probably what it is. It's throwing that out there to see what the fuck am I taking a picture of? AI is going to interpret that and
but I thought that was
give
just,
you the best. Yeah. So yeah.
I thought it was just wild looking through the baby monitor
never
while she was taking a picture of it, and I was like, and all of a sudden like she like goes up to take a picture of my daughter in the crib, and you see all these little dots go everywhere. I'm looking through a camera, so I don't know what it's actually doing, but I just see all these little dots all over. I'm like,
yeah.
She comes back. I'm like, babe, did you have your flashlight on it? And she's like, no. I'm like, she's like, I just took a picture. I'm like, did you just take a picture of Charlotte? She's like, yes. I'm like, I just saw all these little dots go all over the crib and like all over everything when you were taking that picture. It was crazy. She was taking a bunch of pictures. I forget. I don't know if she like took her pants off or something, but or she was just being cute, whatever it was.
Or just look cute while she was sleeping, just like, you know, maybe even, you know, because I don't know what it is when you're a parent and your kids, like, if they put their hands together almost like in the half praying mode, but then they lay their head on it softly and they're just like so comfy and cozy asleep. It's like, oh, I got to take a picture of that.
Yeah, right.
Look at this little cutie. I got to take a little picture of that.
My daughter. She's a burrower. She will get under every pillow, every blanket, like just make herself a little fort, a little house, whatever it is.
Yeah.
She just crawls under everything, and that's how she sleeps.
Like a little mole child. I gotta get under this dirt.
She wants pillows, blankets on her, super warm, super hot. Like, I could never do it.
That's adorable, though.
My son just, like me, just,
yeah.
I don't need a blanket on me. Get that off me.
Yeah,
I
run hot.
Yeah.
That's why, but I would rather have like a 60-degree room.
Right.
So that then I could burrow.
Right.
You know, because I need it to stay warm. That's my thing.
Yeah. The thermostat's in their room, so it's one of the warmest rooms in the house.
Yeah.
Because that heat's running off of their room.
Right.
But it's a closed door, too, obviously.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just still warm. But it's crazy to see that in a camera, looking at the camera, I guess. But
I kind of want to get like night vision goggles or infrared goggles, some kind of viewing piece, just to see how much of that does project that whenever you do things.
If you're running from somebody that's got those goggles, just so you know, if you turn your camera on or your flashlight,
don't take pictures of shit.
You turn your phone on, they're going to see you. Might be dots everywhere.
Yeah. Or even try to unlock it.
Yeah,
with everything being facial recognition, I bet you that's when you need to have Steph or yourself go into the baby's room with the night vision monitor on
that out.
And go to unlock your phone with facial recognition. I bet you there's IR dots all over your face.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I have to play with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to play with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just saw it through the camera. Like, what is this? It's just a bunch of dots. I mean, they're pretty big. I mean, they were like this big that came out.
Okay.
But it's still scanning or doing something. I don't know what the hell. Why it sends out me like. It might be because it was like a dark, low light, dark picture or something too. I don't know.
Well, I imagine too, like, because, you know, sometimes when you go into portrait mode, it sees that you're aiming on this thing here. and then it wants to find a distance to the thing behind it, so it'll focus on the front, blur the back more for like a portrait and shit.
Yeah.
You know, because like anytime you pull up a picture, when I was just in Seattle last week, I was trying to take a picture from the Space Needle, and I had a drink sitting on the little bar, and I was on that moving observatory thing.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to get a picture. Look at how cool I am. I'm up here on this moving observatory deck. You know, I had to take it for the gram, but it zoomed in on my drink. But I was like, no, I want the drink to be blurred. Focus on the back. So then I just tapped the back, and it knew to focus on the back and not on the front. And I imagine that's probably what those sensors are doing, is telling the distance between the things. So it's like, oh, okay, we're zooming in here. Oh, you know what there? And once you click on your phone to zoom there, then it's like, okay, blur the shit that's front. Unblur the things that are back.
All right.
I bet you it's telling you a lot of distance and scanning bullshit like that too.
It's wild. We'll do a little test on it. And
Yeah.
maybe we'll try to make a video of it, but we'll see.
That seems super fun and interesting.
There's probably videos out there everywhere.
Yeah,
But,
we could probably YouTube search it right now.
I just didn't pay attention to it. But
I just don't know how to. I don't know how to.
I'll have
Google
fun
search
with it. Well, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It'd be funner if we just do it.
that. Yeah,
Let's learn. Let's
everybody
learn.
try. Get yourself a night vision camera.
There might be somebody who's watch this knows exactly what it is. Be like, yeah, dummies. It shoots a bunch of infrared lights out. Duh, idiots.
We've known this since 2005.
Yeah, idiots.
They've been doing this forever.
But either way, but yeah, I mean, I just feel like, going off that whole where the kids are going to be and putting iPads for them.
Yeah,
I feel like in 20 years things are going to change drastically, and that's just
I don't see any benefit of hiding your kids from technology.
I mean, since I've been born, right? I'm about to be 40 years old in March.
Yeah.
I feel like technology's came a long way very, very fast in 40 years.
We've
From
got-
what it was 40 years prior.
Yeah.
I mean, you go the invention of computers, right?
I would say since the Industrial Revolution, we haven't seen a spike this big in functional technology.
So I was born in 1985, right?
Yep.
What do you think? I mean, there was a lot of cool shit came out in 1985, right? You had, we're still on cassette tapes. We were still on VCRs, probably. I don't know how old that stuff was at that point in time. What was 40 years prior? What was the coolest thing that happened in 1945? What I would actually like you to. What was the technology in 1945? And I gotta say, it's probably
The printing press.
no. 1940s were maybe.
Okay, so I'm gonna search. I searched the biggest technological advances in 1985. We had the Nintendo Entertainment System console, and the funny thing is this isn't even a website. This is AI overview of what it read from websites too. Shows you fucking technological. Microsoft Windows 1.0, Sony
1.0.
Discman, the Hayes Smart Modem 2400, a modem with high speeds. Oh, I would love to know what those high speeds were.
No, very, very bad.
Like 12 kilobytes a second.
Yeah, probably.
Because I think when we had dial-up modems in like 2000, they were doing like 125 kilobytes per second.
Color jet printer and pro printers.
Texas Instruments TI 4100.
Well, it has an IBM 3090, a computer with vector processing feature that allowed to run computation-intensive programs faster. Omnibot.
A low-cost desktop. The IBM Pro printer.
Omnibot.
The IBM Pro printer was a low-cost desktop printer for high-speed impact printing. I bet you that was still one of those ones where you printed from one big sheet and then it had the perforations on it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Omnibot just reminds me of Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Where they, the Christmas episode where they go to the one guy and they like feel bad for him because they go through like the old things. Like, Omnibot, oh my god! And Charlie figures out his his mom's banging all these Santas would come over and give him presents. That was always
Oh, 1945 had the atomic bomb, though.
okay, so we made the A bomb. Well, radar.
They came up with radar.
Jet engine
Early
technology?
computers, the ENIAC was the first large-scale electronic computers developed during this period, initially for military calculations. So it wasn't even a home.
Yeah.
So from 45 to 85, we got home PCs.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, in 45 they didn't, so in 85 they did.
Right.
People had computers, but they're mainly for word processing. They didn't save a lot. I know you had to have disks to run. Like you didn't even, a lot of them didn't even have operating systems back then. You had to put the disk in to have the computer run an operating
It
system.
was literally to type something up
Yep. And then print it out
and
on
be
your,
able to print it.
yeah.
And that printing time would take probably like 10 minutes
Yeah.
to print like
So like for word
100
processing
sheets.
to kind of replace the typewriter.
yeah.
So then from 85, what's 40 years after that?
2025.
Right now. Yes. No, that's
Well,
40. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
we did
next
say 40.
year.
Sorry.
Next
yeah.
year. I said till my next birthday is what I was saying.
I don't know why I was thinking 20s. I don't know. I was thinking we were doing this in 20-year segments.
No, because I was saying is it 40 years from before I was born?
Yeah.
To 40 years after I was born.
Yeah,
It's
in 45.
80 years.
45, they started mass producing penicillin.
Yeah.
And then they just, well, not entirely new, the use of jet aircraft in combat became more widespread towards the end of the war. They stopped using props in 45.
Right.
And in 85, it was everywhere. And now, you'd be lucky to, well, we still got your little single engine Cessnas, like small planes, but like no big planes use props anymore.
No.
And now we're talking quantum computing.
That's what I'm saying. And I know, like, you go, well, yeah, but then, 1900s, 1800s, but the 2000s have been wild. Been wild already. I mean, you just say the 2000s have been just crazy technology advances. I think, obviously the advancement of computers and stuff helps with that, but...
Even this, the first text message sent was on December 3rd, 1992.
92. Merry Christmas.
And it was Merry Christmas. And it was on Jarvis's Orbital 901 phone. Never heard of that.
Dude, I just...
And then we went from a system of cell phones that was mainly for calling, and you had to pay per text. So I remember my first cell phone in 2002. You didn't text.
No.
And if you texted, it cost more money. And now, all we do is text.
Yeah, now it's a lot of people that are like, why are you calling me?
What the fuck
just
you
text
calling me?
Yeah.
What's wrong? Why are you calling me?
Right.
I just want to see what's up. You couldn't have fucking texted.
I remember, so we graduated in 2003. I remember that's when cell phones were kind of just...
I graduated in 02.
I graduated in 03, yes.
Yeah.
Right. But I remember,
Same, but yeah.
I remember I went and worked a couple years up in a place in Mackinac Island. And then it's probably, so it was like 2005, 2006. I feel like that was kind of the cell phone emergence type area where like, ooh, you can get this much texting, you get all this stuff, blah, blah. I remember with the Australia for 3 months,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden everybody there had a cell phone, and I'd been so in and out of it because I was 6 months away, and then 6 months home, and 6 months away, and 6 months home, and I went to Australia, and everyone had a cell phone there. I'm like, why do you guys all have these cell phones? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, this is how we get a hold of each other. I'm like, why do you want that?
Yeah.
Why do you even want that? Like, why do you want people to even get hold of you?
Right.
Like, it seems dumb. Just like tell them to leave a message at home and you get back to them when you get back to them.
Right.
And they're like, oh no, we can just text each other. And And apparently Australia had already had like a good text messaging plan
They like adopted the format earlier.
earlier, and they're like, yeah, whatever, you just have
Yeah.
it. Whether it was free or a penny or whatever it was. And they're like, well, I can send 100 of these and for $1, whatever it was. And I'm like, this is weird. And then I got back home, and then, of course, everybody. And then I'm like, all right, I got a cell phone, I guess.
Well, that was even, I know I had mine, I got mine late 2002 whenever I went to college. And when we go to college, they had the cell phone bank in the dorm rooms, and they had room phones. But in order to call out, you always had to have, because the long distance calling thing was fucking thing back then.
Right.
So if you called out from the room phone, the college charge you more for long distance. So you needed a phone card to go to the phone bank and call out long distance. And my parents kind of looked at it, and they had 2 bag phones. You know, when the cell phone used to be like a little pouch you carried around, and it still had a cord on it and everything.
Right.
And they upgraded one of their lines and gave it to me so it would be easier for me to call home, because then I didn't have a lot of the long distance charges and all that shit. So I could call home to them, and then I could call my girlfriend at the time, who turned out to be a whore.
Slut.
Yeah, you bitch. Anyway. And
Hey, thank you for being a fan.
yeah. I don't even know if she watched. She's fucking watch this.
No, but it's fine.
I got
If
something.
she ever does.
I got something funny to say about this afterwards. But
Yeah.
But I would even leave that phone just in the dorm room. I didn't take it to class with me or anything. It never hung out in my pocket. It was like one of those old school Nokias that were like a brick. They were fucking
Right.
fail safe. They never broke. But it's not like I needed it on me because people were trying to get a hold of me, or I could do anything else except for call. I think I could send texts, but I can only send texts to other cell phones, and I didn't know anybody else's fucking cell phones.
Nobody else had a cell phone. So
You know?
it doesn't matter.
So like the phone would sit there in the room, and then whenever I got back, or at the end of the day, you know, once a week, I'd call my mom. Every night I'd try to call the whore girlfriend. You know,
Right.
and like that's the only thing it was there for.
Right.
Really, that's it.
Right.
But like, and then they kept fucking progressing. I even remember I got one of the first camera phones. It had like a 0.5 megapixel. You know,
those pictures were.
yeah. And I remember I got
You
one.
pull those up today, you're like, God damn it, shitty. But back then it was like, oh, look, I caught it on my phone. I got it on my phone. It's
Yeah.
so cool.
Even then, I remember, because that's whenever I graduated college, and I got a free upgrade through Verizon for that one, and it was a flip phone. And I remember I was taking pictures on it. It's like I could send these to someone who. You can't even send them to people if they didn't have a camera phone. Like if they even had one of those dumb Nokias I had, it was like 8-bit or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't full pixelated and shit. So I couldn't even send pictures to anybody.
It's this funny GIF.
yeah.
Or this funny thing with a word caption on
Fucking
it.
gifts weren't even a thing then. You know, you couldn't even heart a text message. Back
No
then.
emojis. Unless you did, your own.
The colon, the colon, and the other hyphen. Then
Yeah. You made your own up.
emojis used to be in type.
Yeah. 2 3s and 00 and 2 3s make boob.
Yeah, or an 8, and an
Or an
equal
8,
sign,
yeah.
equal sign, and then an uppercase D. That was a dick.
Yeah.
You know.
I did the wrong one for boob. That's fine. That's fine.
God, I remember too, like AOL Instant Messenger and shit. You'd rush home from school,
Oh, yeah. Jump on that.
jump on AOL Instant Messenger, so you talk to all the girls that you wouldn't talk to in face because the anxiety level wasn't as extreme when you could type it out
Yeah.
and hit send instead of like talking to him face to face.
Yeah, there was that. There's ICQ. There's chat rooms. You just jump in a chat room
Yeah,
and start talking to random people.
talk to like 45-year-olds. Like ASL. Like, I remember the first time I was like, "What does ASL mean?" It's like age, sex, where do you live? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, Like, I'm 13, male,
You
Ohio.
You start private chats on the side. Well, we all did it. We all
Yeah.
did it. We were all trying to get catfish back then.
Yeah. We were just trying to find some chick that would send us pictures of boobs or something, you know? And then, even then, I remember, like, you would search Pamela Anderson's boobs, and you'd get the picture, but it would go, like, you're waiting for it to load. And it didn't load, like, now when things load, it's, like, blurry, and then it comes into crystal clear. Whereas then it would load by, like, stripes, like from the top down. It's like, oh, there's her face. All right, here we go. Oh, I see her shoulders. Like, wait a minute, I see bikini straps. This isn't gonna show her bare boobs. Oh no, they're covered. Damn it, back out. Like 5 minutes later, go to the other one, the one where bikini's off. You know, like.
Now the shit we can do on our phones.
I just wasted 20 minutes of my life, and now you can go on fucking AI and be like, show me a picture of Pamela Anderson getting railed by like 18 furries or whatever you're into, and the AI will just create one for you, and it'll do it like that.
Right. Amazing. The phone stuff's amazing
Yeah.
on its own. I mean, the internet's obviously insane.
Yeah.
Technology's obviously insane, and it's just like, all right. So what I've seen, coming up 40 years, you're already there.
Yeah.
What we've seen in those last 40 something years,
That's bananas.
it's just crazy to believe.
Yeah.
If you drop somebody in, be like, what the fuck?
Right.
How did this happen?
That's why I think like you take a kid and hide them from the shit till they're whatever you think is the best age. What is it, 13, 16, 18? Like, they shouldn't have screens till they're adults. Like, you're fucking them.
Then you shouldn't have a screen either.
Yeah.
Shut them all off.
Yeah.
Well, then let them go to
I
school.
didn't have one when I was 18. Like, if they were available, you fucking would have.
The Amish
And
use
you would have wanted them so bad.
the Amish use all that
Yeah.
shit too, and they hide it, but they use it, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, because they're allowed to have power off as long as they're off the grid. So they have solar panels all over their fucking houses now. It's nuts.
They got phones.
I installed water softeners in an Amish house, and they had gorgeous, nice house, and a lot of technological automation and like smart, like the smart thermostats and shit.
Yeah.
They had TVs, they had everything, and they're allowed to use that electricity as long as it was made by nature or off the grid or whatever. So
Right.
they had full fucking solar panels with huge battery banks built. And that's how I learned, like, man, I need a fucking battery bank so I can just go off the grid.
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah. But theirs is all, like, religious because they don't want to pay taxes and shit like that.
Yeah, certain things they can get out of, but I mean, there's more to it than that. I'm sure they have other
Yeah, but
the hardcore ones probably aren't.
Yeah,
you know,
but they still sew their own pants.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, because they wear the same clothes all the time.
yeah, but you see them, they look well dressed, and it's like, oh, his wife made him a very nice suit. You know, like they don't buy. None of them have brands on them. They all fit well.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of belts in the Amish community because they get tailored fucking pants every goddamn day.
Yeah.
Where it's like I go to J.C. Penney or
The
fucking
women all
Kohl's or
got the
something.
big dresses on. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know how fit that girl might be.
They're probably living better than we are at least with their outfits, because like I'll go to a store, it's like I'm usually like a 36, and I put on this pair of 36. It's like they don't feel right. Okay, I guess I'll go down to 35, and then 35 is like those are too tight.
They also don't believe in deodorant.
Yeah, they don't do that.
They don't do that. So they all stink the high hell.
I'm sure some of them have probably figured out a way to get past that. But if you ever go to
I don't know, that's part of their religion, or it's just because they don't buy that.
if you
'Cause they
definitely
don't
go to a farm auction, you'll figure that one out for sure.
God, it's bad. It's bad.
It's not nice.
Anyways, we'll take a little 5 minute.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to take a break. We'll be back to you guys in a few. And we're back.
So yeah, technology.
Shit. It's crazy. I'm looking forward to it. I know there's some scary shit involved, but hopefully I think it'll all be used for good.
Yeah, I'm always worried, like, does it get to a point where it just gets too much and then it booms, you know?
Right.
And is that what happened with, like,
Previous civilizations.
yeah, like,
yeah.
once it gets too far and Terminator's here.
Yeah.
Anyways, besides that,
How was your Christmas, man?
Christmas is good.
Yeah?
You know, the kids are getting to open the presents now.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too much sometimes, but they still were very good about it. Not like they would listen if I was like, "Don't open that one." Like, I'm haters, but very much enjoyed opening them and looking and getting it, and now like getting the presents and Charlotte singing Christmas songs.
That sounds adorable.
Yeah, the speech development's coming along a lot now.
Yeah.
So like, at least with her, Jack's right there too, but he's not quite with her. But he just doesn't care to be. So it's like it's super cute. We did this whole setup. Mom bought him this little cloth tent that's all like a PVC tent. So we had that in the living room, the Christmas tree, the presents. Took him out there. We're like, oh, they're all gonna be pumped. They're like gonna run out there in the morning. Like we just woke them up. Kind of like their normal wake up is they wake up, get them out of the cribs. Jack could jump out of his cribs, but for in the morning, he does not.
He needs help.
He doesn't want to do it in the morning.
Yeah.
Didn't really wake him up. Wait until he woke up.
He only wants to get out on his terms.
At night, he'll jump out and run around like a madman and play with stuff. But in the morning, he wants to be in there and just yabbing, gabbing.
Yeah.
And now the new thing is, my daughter just likes to yell. I'm good. But basically, she's not saying shut up, but she's trying to say shut up. Jack, no! Jack, no! Be quiet. Be quiet.
Enough, dude. Come on.
Burying her cocoon, like I talked about. So we got him out of the crib, and, you know, one of the super cute reactions. Jack ran out right away. I got him in, put him on my bed, because normally we just take him in bed, and we'll give some cuddles, a little cuddle time,
Yeah.
whatever. And then I get up, make him breakfast. We got Jack up, and he's ready to run. Right? He's ready to go out there. He doesn't even know what's going on, but he's ready to run out there.
Right.
Like Charlotte got up. I'm like, Charlotte, get up. And I get her out. She starts crying. Like, she's able to get out of bed. I'm like, no, come on.
Not today, Dad. Sorry.
Jack goes running out, sees all the stuff going on. Jack's so excited. And I'm taking Charlotte. So I'm carrying her out. She's just crying. Starts taking a video.
Doesn't even know.
Take her back, reset her for like 5 minutes, and then she comes out, and then she's loving it. But
Yeah.
that was just a fun
Yeah.
experience to have, anyways. But you know, just like, damn it, you know, you want both kids just running out having a good time. Next year, I'm sure it'll be completely different. But
Yeah, and I know, like you said, with their speech thing coming along, you know, they may not know a lot of what you guys are talking about, which I think they do. They absorb more than you think.
oh no, they love.
But this year, I think this coming up year, then now that they're starting to get their speech thing down, and they're going to start to understand and have conversations, you're like, you know, now it's going to be like tomorrow when you wake up,
Yeah.
Santa's going to drop off all these presents, and they'll be like, presents? Yes. So then you wake them up and like, Santa came, there's presents. They'll be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
and then I can't wait to use the. Keep acting up. Santa's not going to come.
Yeah. He makes a naughty list. Don't want to be on that one.
But no, they did really good opening gifts, which was fun. You know, just a good time with family, and friends, and you know, I got some fun gifts.
Yeah.
Got to give a lot of fun gifts. Nothing I report that was like, hey, I got something amazing, but you know.
Yeah, it's one of those things too. Once your kids become the focal point, it's not like,
You don't get shit anymore.
yeah. Oh, I got the wife a purse, and I
Yeah.
got a, you know, I got well, I got a Xbox controller that I'm excited about, or like
Yeah.
it becomes less about you guys and more about them.
Them, yeah. Because me and the wife look at each other. I'm like, she's like, "Do you get anything this year?" And I'm like, I don't need anything because
Right.
I just buy it if I need it. I'm like, well, I want to buy it, but
Well, it's also one of the things too where we're adults and we have like we're not like loaded, but
No.
we have decent jobs enough where it's like there's not much that I want that I haven't already bought myself.
right.
Right. Or it might be like, hey, I really want this thing. And then you talk to your partner about it and like, well, maybe not right now. Bills are due or something, but your next paycheck, go ahead and get it. And it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like dumb shit like that. So the when it comes, gift time, it's like, there's not much that I want because
Right.
I bought it already.
Right.
Like I got on the
It's
Browns.
like eventually buying you for your parents, and you're like, how do I get my mom and dad?
Yeah.
They're like, they buy what they want too. So it's like, all right, here's a gift basket of meat and cheeses, and
Yeah, like I even picked out some shit I wanted on the NFL shop. I got a hoodie and a hat for the Browns. I was like, hey, is it cool if I buy this? And Sarah's like, well, it's November now, so if you buy it, you don't get to open it till Christmas. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Like,
So my wife's like, I really want these boots. So can I just buy these boots and you can say it's my Christmas gift? I'm like,
yeah.
okay,
But you don't get to open them till then. Like, but I
Yeah.
want them tomorrow. I'm like, no.
but I am also the stocking stuffer master.
Yeah.
I believe that me growing up, stockings were one of my funnest things. My mom always did an amazing job
Yeah.
at stockings. And really all you do is go to the dollar store
Right.
for a stocking. Right. Load it up with candy. But you find those little things to load up a stocking with.
Mm-hmm.
So every year now I've been getting my wife lint roller
Yep.
because you need one a year.
And
I
she'll
think
always
maybe.
use it.
Maybe need one a year. I'm going to use it too.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how many dogs you got, too. Like, I think Sarah will go, because she wears black for work.
Yeah.
And we got 2 dogs, and so she probably goes through like 3 a year. But she uses them fucking 4 days out of the week when she,
Some car air fresheners.
Yeah.
Everybody always needs those.
Yeah.
Different, just little things that somebody will always buy. Maybe monthly, quarterly, whatever it is, that you can get at the dollar store, and you stuff a stocking for your significant other with that. And then maybe I find something else cute online that I'll shove in there for cheap.
Right.
But I like to just smash her stocking full.
This is dumb little shit.
Dumb little shit. But I feel like that means a lot too. Because it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, yeah, I did need this. Or, and Rare, she gets a new lint roller. She gets, it's just like,
Yeah.
now you can go ham in that old one if you still got it. Just lint roll everything or whatever it is.
Fucking go to town, dude.
Yeah. But my mom always made a good part of like putting little toys and putting little things in the stocking.
Yeah. You get a Hot Wheels in there, a chapstick.
Yeah. And we're waking up at 5 a.m. and she probably put that up at whatever time in the middle of the night. And we were waking up at like 5 a.m. all hyped up, like, presents, it's Christmas. And she's like, boys can go get your stockings. And then we'd have enough fun opening our stockings, getting candy. We'd probably eat a couple pieces of candy.
Yeah.
Too, like,
You always get one of those hollow candy canes that either has like the Reese's peanut butter
Yeah,
cups or just like some M&Ms in it
something,
and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
I just always enjoyed the stocking too because it always had little things in it. I got my kids like the snake magnets that you throw around.
Yeah.
I was at the dollar store. It's just that little shit.
Yeah, we
In the
always
stocking means a lot.
My parents still brought me a stocking this year.
Yeah, my mom does always too.
Like I mean, we had ours for the family and shit. The boys had theirs, Sarah had hers, I had mine. And then when my parents came over on Christmas Day for dinner, they even brought still stockings for all of us. And it's always done. I get a couple chocolates. I love some chocolate. I got a fucking new meat thermometer. I've already used it 3 times since I've got it. A digital one, because I still have the old school analog ones that I've always used. Just dumb shit like that. The stockings are pretty dope.
I think they're pretty awesome.
And that's even
It's just tiny things that cost a few bucks that you never buy yourself.
yeah.
Because it's like, that's cheap, and I got my digital one or whatever I got my analog one. I guess I don't know.
Right.
What you want to call me, Tom? It's
Yeah,
not
it's one of
digital,
those
but-
things like I'm not gonna go buy a new one, but I got one, so this
Right.
is dope. You know?
Right.
So my side of the family, instead of the brothers and the sisters and the aunts and uncles buying any of the shit for them, you know, we buy all the nieces and nephews in the family get presents from the aunts and uncles, and then so us, well, mom and dad, you know, grandma and grandpa, they get presents from everybody. But instead of me buying for my sister and my brother-in-law and my other sister-in-law and then my brother and shit, we just go out to the dollar store and buy 5 cheap white elephant gifts.
Right.
So that being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us, 5 presents apiece. Well, and then my mom and dad participate too, so 8. Dump 5 presents apiece. Small little ones, almost basically what you would consider stocking stuffers. And
Right.
then you get the white elephant in it. And
Yeah.
that gets kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because like I got a little level for a keychain level that probably gonna cost like 99 cents.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I fucking love this. I'll probably use this every day. Like I always use the little levels at work and shit, you know,
Yeah.
dumb shit like that.
It's like I have a little tape measure on my keychain. I can't tell you. Well, man, work requires a lot, but it's like
Yeah.
that's amazing to have.
Little shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
There was like fucking 4 Christmases ago, I got this fun little felt pouch that had like a little binder pouch thing. It has an elastic band over it. I'm like, I could put my fucking my insurance and my registration in this. So now it sits in my car, and every time my insurance card renews, I got a little spot for it. So if I ever get pulled over, it's like, here it all is. And then I even and then I almost seemed like a responsible adult. Like, dude, you were speeding, and you're drunk.
You're drunk, but you got a nice felt
You were
pouch.
speeding, and you didn't use the turn signal. You cut that guy off. What the fuck is your deal? I'm like, I don't know. Look at how responsible I am. I have all of my necessary documents right here in this beautiful little felt pouch.
Let me
And they're
slide
like,
my ID in there.
okay, you're an upstanding citizen.
I ain't trying to mess with you, officer. Here it is in my felt pouch.
Yeah, but if you open your glove box and you're like, oh wait, no, it should be in here somewhere. I don't know. And like, this guy's a piece of shit. He doesn't know where his things are.
You're 99% of America. It's like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Now I can put on airs. You know what I mean? I'm putting on airs now. Hey man, just open this pouch. You'll find everything you need.
I literally don't even, my insurance doesn't even come by mail anymore. I have to just pull it up on my phone.
Yeah,
I have to pull it on my phone.
I'm that way too, but I still have to print it out to seem like
Yeah.
or whatever. But still, like, it's just dumb shit like that. Probably gonna cost like $1.25. It's
Right.
like I still use it every fucking day. You know?
Yeah.
like just little, and that's why I think I like that more, that kind of $1 gift white elephant thing, because it's like you find dumb shit that you never know you needed, like, oh, fucking bobby pins, you know. Of course the girls start fighting over those. like and everybody will throw in little shots, so then it's like, oh, I guess I'll
Right.
take a shot. One of the biggest ones we always get is like a Jesus candle, like Hispanic cultures love,
Yeah.
where they light it and it's got the different saints on it and stuff. So there's always one of those in there. Like,
Easy dollar store find.
yeah, it's yeah, stocking stuffers and little gifts like that, I think, are sometimes more fun than like,
Yeah, because you never know. Like, you buy a pair of tongs
yeah,
and throw it in there, and somebody's like, oh, I really need a new pair of tongs. I've been running on this one pair, and the spring broke loose.
right.
Son of a bitch, I needed that.
And then all of a sudden, like, you have 4 people fighting over the one pair of tongs. It's like, yeah, I did good on that one.
Exactly. You want it to be white elephant enough, like, but it's fun, but
Yeah.
like also practical. Like, it's kind of like
Right.
a fine line. Like, don't just get a thing of chicken bouillon, but you could. So you'd be like, oh, it's ran chicken bouillon. But
Yeah.
where it's kind of just right in the middle there.
Because I'd fight for some bouillon. Like,
Dollar store maybe. But,
yeah. Or if you get like a, or just even dumb shit like that. Like, oh, it's a container of garlic salt. Like, I fucking use garlic salt all the time. Of course.
Right.
I don't want the travel size tissues, but
Yeah. I was finding that one person wanted to upload that didn't understand that much and pays way too much for something.
Yeah.
Oh, I spent $20 on that shit. I wasn't supposed to. You guys all got literally something that costs less than $5. Fuck.
And then you got to throw a couple bullshit ones in there too. Like I found skeleton keys at Drug Mart. It was a package of 2 skeleton keys for 99 cents, and I put that in there. It's like, who the fuck needs skeleton keys?
Decoration, maybe. You never know.
Yeah. Or maybe even put it on your key ring just for fun. Like, this is my new keychain or something.
Right.
Like, but still, like, sometimes you open up one, and it's like, what the fuck is this? Where'd you even find this? It's like, it's funny, right? And then the other one's like, I thought you guys would think that was dumb, but everybody's fighting over it because they love it. Like,
Some of my uncles this year, one of my newer cousins set up, they had Jeopardy going on.
mm-hmm.
My uncle bought all these presents. He had down on the pool table down below. And you got to go down and you had to point at one you wanted. You couldn't like pick it up or anything. I didn't get to stay around for the whole thing because the kids were getting tired and needed a nap.
Yeah.
So we could only go for a few hours. And I knew it was just going to get worse and worse and worse with the kids just running mayhem. It had been fine, but that's just how I do.
Right.
I had to get back home.
Once they get fussy, it's like,
I'd rather get home, put them down for a nap, and try
Yeah.
to deal with them for the whole night.
yeah, that makes sense. I think me and Sarah were always that way too.
But anyways, they did this Jeopardy, but they had some uncle had this set up that some of the Christmas gifts were just good gifts, whatever. You just keep it, whatever. And then it kind of went to a white elephant situation. You could steal somebody's gift or go pick a new one, whatever. Or you could buy out your gift somehow. I forget how that worked, but some of them had a consequence to them. And then, like, one cousin's wife got one, and it was like this big white sign. It was like kind of tiki bar looking, like, you know, live, laugh, love, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then there was a card attached to it. It was like, you also have to donate $25 to this charity. So she got a consequence. No, my uncle's like, hey, if you can't do it, well, we'll take care of the $25. But it was kind of fun.
That's a good
and kind of very nice. Like, hey, we're going through all these holidays. We should also donate some money back.
Yeah,
to charity.
give back. Put the positive vibes out in the
But I think if you won again, in the Jeopardy thing they had going on, you could also like transfer that gift and like grab another gift or whatever. So like the money's gonna get donated, how much they set aside for it, and then like the gifts and stuff like that. So pretty unique idea.
Yeah.
I think he had a really unique idea. I don't know where he saw it. I'm assuming he got it from somebody else, or he made it up. I don't know,
but that's fun and nice, and then because it's the reason for the season is
right.
Giving. So,
but yeah, I thought cool idea. There's some consequence. You might have to donate some money
right.
if you picked the wrong gift. But it's to charity, so
that also actually be kind of funny if it's like you owe me $25, so I give it to charity and I'll write it off in Texas.
Right.
If you don't want to do that, just give it to me.
Yeah, I'll write that up. But, yeah.
But no, that's super fucking nice. I never.
But you got a present too. It was just a sign that maybe you liked or didn't like. So it was kind of like.
And it's weird now that I'm getting older and shit.
But see, I love that idea because I'd be like. I'd attach to the best gifts, right? To the best gifts.
Yeah.
Like, here's a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
But you also have to donate $25 to
Coats for kids.
a
or
charity.
something. Yeah.
So you're still winning by getting the Jack Daniels, but you better go fucking donate that $25,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Kind of just a win-win
Yeah.
situation. Unless you don't like Jack Daniels or you don't like what you got, whatever. But I kind of tie
I've
to
been
the
sober
best
for
case.
10 years.
Right.
All right.
So-
Well, then somebody else steal it. Or something.
right. Exactly. If somebody can steal it,
Yeah.
$25 off a handle, or $25 you got to pay for a handle Jack. Then
Right.
something fun like that. Like that would be legit.
That is cool. I like that.
Yeah. So, but you better go make sure you donate. Here's the link. QR code's right there. Scan it.
Do it right now before you leave.
Or I kill you. But yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Very good idea.
I don't know what it is about getting older, but I feel like I should be helping more. You know?
Sure.
Like just helping the general populace that needs it more,
Right.
putting those good vibes out. Like I don't know, it was dumb. I got a $40 gift card for a ham. We could use it a ham or turkey or whatever. I got it for work. He used to buy us hams or turkeys
Yeah.
for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so this Christmas I got a $40 one, and the ham I bought didn't cost $40, and so I gave the change, because they got it for us at Giant Eagle. I never shop at Giant Eagle.
Yeah.
Like I don't ever shop at Giant Eagle. Like there's not one close to me and whatever. So I paid for it, and then she's like, you got like this much left on your gift card. I'm like, just give it to the person behind me. She's like, what? I'm like, I'm never coming back here. Just give it to them. Like I'm not gonna, and also I'm not gonna carry around a gift card with like a portion on it.
All right.
You know, especially to a store I don't shop. So like, just give it to them. And so I even thought, look at how cool I am. Look at how good I am. Like, but no, it's just sometimes it's a little shit like that. It's like
Yeah. It was,
kind of pay it forward thing.
It was about 2 weeks, a week before Christmas. In my business, and I dropped the kids off, and that's cool. I went to a diner I've never been to before in my life. I've been to the bar on the backside, never to the diner. So I went to a diner, got a breakfast, and I walked in with this lady. She was behind me, like was opening doors for her, got her in. She sat by herself. But I was working, so I was on my computer and stuff. I felt bad. I was like I should have went and just sat with her and talked with her, but I didn't. And then another older guy was back in the corner, sitting by himself. Had a veteran's hat on and all that shit. I'm like, my waitress comes and said, I'm buying her meal and his meal.
Yeah, that's
Like-
nice of you.
Like, they come in probably every week, order the same thing. She's like,
Right.
She's like, I want 4 sausage, 2 eggs, and hash browns.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's my girl.
Yeah.
Don't know what the guy got.
Yeah, because the server goes up to her or him, and they're like, "Oh, Mr. or Mrs. whatever, the usual, yes, please."
It cost me $30
Just to
for
be nice.
all 3 of our meals,
Yeah.
all having coffee. $30. I'm like, that's $10 a person. That's easy.
Yeah.
I'll have a $10 tip. Then I walked away, and I'm like, oh, I hope they normally don't leave like a tips. Like, I'm like, did I screw that up? I'm like, nah, that's gonna be good, right? $30 left, $10 tip. But
Well, and they're old, and they're probably on a strict. And maybe I could be wrong. Not to judge them, but
Yeah.
being older people, they might be on like a set budget where it's like, oh, I can only ever tip 5%.
But no, like maybe they tip her $1 or $2, and that she made
Right.
a little extra that time. I don't know, or maybe they just were like,
Or
oh,
they might have paid
here's
it
a
forward.
5.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping like they paid it forward to the waitress. I don't know. I
right.
tipped over 20% because I'm like, I got to do that then too, because now I got to cover the fact that maybe this guy tips $5 every time he eats a meal, and his meal's only $10. I don't know.
Yeah.
So he's 50%. I don't know. Like I don't know how this normally goes. So,
Because that's one thing I definitely believe in is karma.
but also the waitress got to go. He just bought their meals. He tipped me $10 on a $30 bill.
Yeah.
That's way better than I'll get from anybody else. So
Yeah.
that's great.
That's
So,
30%. So that's 33. Yeah. But
Yeah.
still, yeah, that's awesome. And I'm a firm believer in karma. Like
I
you
ran out of there before any of them can acknowledge me too. I didn't even
Yeah.
want it. I didn't even want it. I just wanted to get out of there.
before they said, "Oh, that was so
Was
nice
in the
of
middle of
you.
drink,
Let
yeah.
me buy this,"
Drank my coffee, talked to the owner, and
or try to
then
slip you like a $5 or something. Like, no, I don't. I don't want
Well,
this.
I bailed out so that she
Yeah.
would just come up and be like, "No, you don't have a bill," and they'd be like, "Who paid for it?" And they'd be like, "That guy." There. Like, I didn't want any recognition for it. Like, I
Right.
just was feeling festive and feeling a little like in that mood,
Well, that's awesome.
and I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to be like, "Oh, thank you, honey."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There
You're
is
the guy to be like, "I got more money than you."
right.
No,
There's
he's an old dude, but
sometimes there does feel like a bit of a pretentious thing of if you do something kind and then you gotta post about it or stand by and get your recognition for it. Like
Well-
I'd rather just like, here you go, and then vanish. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like that.
and like you'd say it's work related, but I haven't been back there since. So
Right.
I'll go back there eventually. I'm going to, but I don't. It's whatever. But it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, no, I just want to help people out.
Yeah.
I really do. And it was just like, I was just like, this lady's sitting in front of me eating her breakfast by herself. This guy's back in his corner eating breakfast by himself. I'm like, I just like, they're probably thinking about the holiday season.
Yeah.
And hopefully they got somebody. I'm guessing they did, but hopefully they do. I'm like, these two should be sitting together.
Yeah. yeah.
They're both old. Why having breakfast apart? I don't know.
You never know. She could have talked to one of them and been like, "Yeah, that guy paid for you," and then like somebody, the other guy overheard it, and then she goes talks to the other guy, and same thing happens to him, and he looks over, he's like, "Hey, you had your meal paid
That's
for
what
by
I'm
that
hoping,
man?"
man.
She's like,
that's
"Yes, I
in my-
did. What a sweet soul! Like I had my meal paid for by that
So
man
your
too.
your mind goes where mine
We
went.
have something in common.
Your mind on exactly.
You just gave him a fucking meet cute in the Christmas season. They just wrote a goddamn Hallmark
This
rom
is-
com about it right now, dude.
This is why we're the same person, because this is literally what was dreamed up in my fucking head when I did it.
There's some old people fucking right now because of you, dude.
That's what I was hoping for. If it happened, I will never ever know.
You don't even care about the charity or the free meal or anything. Like, I'm gonna get them the fuck.
That's all I was wanting. That's all I was wanting.
Yeah, that a boy.
That's all I was wanting. Like,
Sucking people up.
she's sitting here, he's back there. Honestly, their significant other probably died in their lifetime,
Yeah,
or they're bedridden right now. Whatever happened, I don't know.
something.
But these two are still out there getting their breakfast,
They were eating breakfast by themselves.
fighting the cold. It was a cold ass day too.
Yeah.
It was a cold ass day, and these two were out there. I'm like, well, let's just get them to like talk. So how do I get them to talk? I can buy the meals. Well, one, I just want to do it for them. I didn't care if they talked or not.
Yeah.
But that did literally cross the back of my mind. That's fucking crazy you say that.
Yeah.
But that's because we're the same person.
Yeah,
Doesn't
your
matter.
first objective was just to be nice and buy meals for each other, and then
Yeah.
you're sitting there like, well, what if they overheard some things and now they smashing booties?
Oh, remember that time that guy was? And then I'm going to go in there another Thursday, and they're going to be like, oh, he's back.
They're gonna be eating breakfast together.
Oh, man.
How cute would that be if you go in the next time and you see them both again and they're eating breakfast together?
And then he's a millionaire, and then
And they're just like-
away,
they're like
he leaves his
holding-
fortune to me.
They're just like holding
Like
hands
the
across the
country
table. Yeah, yeah. People are crazy. Boop, boop, ba-do-do-do. Cody's got $1 million.
So I bought some breakfast for them. And now they're smashing.
Smashing booties. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds
Corned
fun.
beef, hash, and biscuits.
You should write a country song about that.
Well, he know pretty good.
Saw some cute people in the diner. Bought them breakfast, and now they're finer.
Giving her 69.
Old people 69er.
Wrinkly, but still just fine.
Oh, God. God, I hope I'm still 69 when I'm like 70.
You ass, man. Bet your ass.
Somebody bought me breakfast.
Anyways, that's how Christmas went. I don't know. Where we
Honestly,
where we at? I need another beer. Jesus Christ.
well, where we're at is we've got a lot of time on the clock here, and I think we can end it on that note
I think we probably should.
because you bought breakfast for 2 people that are going to be fucking right now. Hopefully. Fingers
Hopefully.
crossed.
That's all I really want in this world.
Yeah. Just
You
hooking
know?
up people.
Just looking at people.
Everybody be fucking.
You know, I love sharing a moment with someone. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. But if I can make those 2 people share a moment for life, then let's go.
Honestly, I'm going to rewind real quick because being in the holiday season, I've met a lot of the coworkers' wives because there's like a an after work happy hour thing. It wasn't really a Christmas party, but like if you showed up at Jersey's, we're buying your drink.
Something like that. Yeah.
So I met a couple coworkers' wives, and anytime I meet a coworker's wife or like somebody's wife that I've never met before or something,
Yeah.
oh my God, I've heard so many good things about you. It's nice to finally meet you.
Oh, shit.
So you know that motherfucker's getting his dick sucked that night. I throw that one out there for everybody. That one's for free. That's a little piece that I'll do. Like, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. I've heard so many good things about you. It's nice to finally put a face to the name. And then they're always like, oh. Even though their husband never fucking talks about him or some shit. They don't give a fuck. Like, that's a freebie. That's such an easy one to do. You know?
Right. Oh, you mean helping that husband out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm helping the dude out for sure. Cause like, he's like, yeah, you know, 'cause, you know, most of the time at work,
Oh, I thought.
I'm not one of those guys. I don't bitch about my wife a lot.
Oh, sorry, I was going the wrong way.
And I've met a lot of people that I work with. Now, most of them being pieces. Some of them are piece of shits where they're like, all they do is bitch about wives. Because you get guys in a work situation where guys work, you know, people start to bicker. You know, my wife, she spends too much money on this. Or blah, blah, blah. She spends too much money on that. Blah, 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 blah. And one thing I always try to do is not bring anything negative about my wife to people that don't know her. Because I fucking love her. You know what I mean?
None of my really close friends know anything that I would ever say negative about my wife.
Right.
That's it.
Not motherfuckers at work, dude.
I know my work know anything about my wife.
I'll very rarely even do it to like you and the boys, you know, or not the boys like, and the kids, but like the bros.
Yeah.
I very rarely talk ill about my wife. And
As most part, my wife. There ain't much to talk about, really.
there's not too much for me to bitch about either.
I mean,
I get what you're saying there, but like I work with, you know, sometimes you work in a crew of dudes. They just start going like, oh, she had to buy this. Or,
that's all they got
"Oh,
to talk about.
She was too tired to sweep the floor. Oh, I had to deal with the kids. Or, oh, I had to blah, 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 blah. Very rarely do they say
Shut up,
anything.
be a man.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Be a man. Support your fucking woman. Stop talking shit about her. I know we're not strangers because we work together and we do all this together and we spend almost more time together than we do with our wives with our jobs. But
There's 2 times you can say something. 1, she's been
Cheating.
banging the shit out of you.
yes, yeah.
2,
You boast about the fact she's been banging the shit out of you.
this is all good. I'm only going good. 1, just banging the shit out of you. 2, where was it? No, I'll go to the bad. 2, she cheated on you. Then, yeah.
Two, she's
Or you
banging the
think
shit
she's
out of
cheating on you.
somebody
Yeah.
else.
Or you haven't got laid.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Oh, don't even bitch about not getting laid either.
Sorry,
But still,
I think you chimed in there, and my mind went different places,
Yeah.
and then I don't know where it's going.
my bad. But still, like, so then whenever I meet these women, the other halves,
Yeah.
I always say like, "Oh my God, I've heard so many good things about you. It's nice to finally meet you." And they're just like, "Oh, my husband says nice things about me." You know, like,
Yeah. And
You know,
like,
they're-
oh yeah, I've heard so much about you. You're such a like he loves you so much. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
You guys and those kids. Oh, you guys are doing so good.
I don't think most of the guys talk about me outside of work anyway, because I never hear that back from the wife. But still, it's like, like,
I don't know because the wife wants to hear about work all the time. I'm like, well, Steve did this fucking stupid thing.
but still, like, that's a little one I'll try to throw out for the bros. You know, maybe give them a little pat on the back from the wife for the day or something like, "Oh, you say nice things about me at work. Thank you." You know.
Right.
But okay, yeah. So, did you have yourself a damn good time?
I'm still trying to figure your conversation out because I'm pretty sure all the wives are just hitting on you. I had myself a damn good time.
The wives don't hit on me.
Did you have yourself a damn good time?
I did have myself a damn good time. Had a Merry Christmas. We hope you guys all had Merry Christmas as well.
We'll
Hope your
see
New
you
Year's is going to
next
be pretty
year,
dope too.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, we'll see you next year. Oh, touched the wrong button there. Love you guys. See you later.
Live, love, prosper. Right? That's what the fuck is that?
Live, laugh, love.
Live, love, love.
Or live long and prosper. Isn't that the
Live long, prosper.